I have to tell you, as we came around the near side of the moon, seeing all the sights that we've seen from Earth for all of our lives, but we're seeing them from a different perspective, and then we started to get a glimpse of the and we saw sights, Oriental sights that no human has ever seen before, not even in Apollo, and that was amazing for us. And then the surprise of the day, we just came out of an eclipse where the sun, moon, and the entire dark moon about that big right out the window that we were watching. We could see the corona of the sun, and then we could see the planet train line up, and we at Mars, and all of us commented how excited we are to watch this nation and this planet become a two-planet species.
That is fantastic. You know, I had a decision to make in my first term, and the decision is, what are we going to do at NASA? Are we going to have it be revived, or are we going to close it down? And I had very little hesitation, and it's really great to have somebody like Jared involved, because he really makes it much easier for me. But it was not even a question in my own mind. We've spent what we had to do, and then of course we have Space Force, and Space Force is very much related to what you're doing, and that was my baby. That was a very important one, and it'll turn out to be truly one of the most important, I believe, decisions I've ever made. So we're very proud of Space Force, and we're very proud of all of you.
Greetings and welcome to Ancient Library and another episode of A Deeper Look. This time we take a deeper look into the Artemis 2 program, which just conducted a moon flyby a few days ago. And you just heard Donald Trump talking to the astronauts. This was like 2 days ago, where they just flew around the moon. And yeah, I just want to give you my thoughts on this, because I think this was very remarkable. Many things happened in this operation where they are remarkable. First of all, let's start with the actual event. So the actual event was live streamed. The whole 10 days are getting live streamed. We flew to the moon, and we're going to fly back. They are right now at day 6, I think, and there's a live stream going on. And I have to say, the numbers on this live stream are very crazy in a sense, in a low sense, because I think there was like 50, 60, 70K average at max, which is not much, considering we are going to the moon for the first time in 50 years. And yeah, another thing was the call by Donald Trump. He mentioned Space Force. Everybody who doesn't know, Space Force is a military branch for space operations of the United States. So you must imagine, these astronauts preparing for this mission for like 10 years or even more, and then they travel to the moon, and then they have a conversation with the President of the United States. And he's just saying, our country is on fire, our country is so good, and Space Force, he's so proud of Space Force. Imagine you're an astronaut, you're a scientist traveling to the moon. You got this call with the United States President. And I just want to say, you don't need much charisma to make this good for all persons involved, for all people involved. You don't need much charisma to do that, but the President of the United States failed to do that. He just conducted an inbleeding of low-frequency tribalistic thoughts into this frame, into this live stream. And yeah, I just want to cut on that. There are 3 points I want to cut on in this video. The first one is the actual event. So we got this live stream. The peak, I think, was 1 million, maybe 1.2 million viewers, where the rocket was starting. And yeah, this is just a point on the timeline, the start on the timeline. And yeah, I thought it was very normal that we got 1 million people watching. But over the course of this mission, there only were 50K people watching. Many people they like to watch Twitch, they like to watch people like Asmongold or other, I find this very crazy. And the next point is the human aspect. I think it's very important that we have human astronauts, and this mission was showing that. Because we can fly around the moon unmanned, we can fly even farther out unmanned, but you ain't got this empathy connection. You hear the astronauts talking to each other. You hear them talking to the ground. You feel their reactions. You feel what they are seeing. You know they are in the moment right there. To be honest, I cried like 3 times watching this whole stream. Maybe I'm a little bit too emotional, maybe I was projecting emotions, but it was going pretty near to my heart, because I actually thought I was up there with them. And if this was just a drone, like an AI-controlled drone doing this operation, it would be very boring. And I think we need human astronauts, and this event is showing this in a great way. So let's talk about the actual scientific milestone. So we went to the moon 50 years ago, even more than 50 years ago, with like the power of a machine we got in our pants these days. We got like a smartphone, which is technologically more advanced than the spacecraft which was flying to the moon 50 years ago. And it even now, with all this new tech and all these breakthroughs, it still seems very hard. It still shows we are humans, we are bound to this planet, we are bound to this biosphere. We are not built to live in space. And another thing I want to mention here, how we are going to react to future events, space events. Keyword Apophis, impactful events, no pun intended. So how is this all going to be? We traveled almost 300k miles to the moon, and this Apophis asteroid will only be 20k miles away from Earth. So yeah, I love space, I love space operations, I love being alive in this time to witness this. I know there's going to be more operations to the moon or to other planets, and I just want to say, to end up this video, I think all this mistrust, all this paranoid frequency is rendering us stupid via mistrust. Some people saying this is fake. I can understand it, because the last moon landing or the last moon flyby was pretty debatable. But imagine, it took us 50 years to do this, to start this huge rocket, burning billions of fuel in the process. And I'm not even from the US or from the East Coast, but I can still vouch for that this event was happening. It was no AI-generated rocket. There were real people on board. There were real people on the ground. It was a real operation. And I hate to see it when people think it's fake. Because if this is the status quo, then we are at a state where we are unable to enjoy milestones like this. We are unable to enjoy great events for humanity, like reaching the moon. Everybody screams fake. And to end this out, I want to say, if you're like a flat earther and you believe in flat Earth, this NASA stream won't get you out of your comfort zone. So you're just gonna sit there and chat and type, it's fake. You are stupid, it's fake. So I just want to leave you with that. Just giving you my 2 cents on this whole story. And yeah, I don't know why more people did not watch that. I don't know. It was just, the stream is running right now. It got 40k viewers, 50k viewers. And yeah, I mean, of course, there's only a GoPro installed on the spacecraft. And I was thinking to myself, we are in 2026 now. Isn't it possible to get a better camera out there to make us all be a part of this operation, to see it through a better lens? But maybe that's the technological state in which we are, the technological stage in which we are right now. So we need to take it as we get it. And yeah, I just want to say the human astronauts are the most important thing to me, because I think it's a great honor to do this job. And it's a great honor to prepare for 10 years or even more to do operations like this. If you were born a few hundred years earlier, there is no way on this Earth you could do this type of stuff. You can go to space. It's just granted by our current technology level. And if we're zooming out and we just witnessed how our human race was traveling 300k miles to the moon, and it's so near to us. It's just the nearest object, and it was so hard for the crew to do this. And it's still not over. Maybe they're going things wrong. I don't hope that's the case, but it's a dangerous mission, that's for sure. Yeah, I just want to leave you with my thought. These videos are unscripted. I'm just speaking into it. And stay tuned, for Lion 5 is coming soon this month, and it's going to be a long, elaborate video, and I'm pouring my heart and soul into it. So stay tuned. Bye-bye.